Hello, my name is Marla, and I had 3 tools that I used for my observations this week, including a checklist, an interview, and anecdotal notes on children during their free play. During my observation at the store, I made a checklist based on the families that I observed. I made a column for pleasant experiences and versus unpleasant experiences. I made a column for children getting to make their own choice of their cereal versus the parents' choice. And in my overall findings, I concluded that 6 out of the 8 experiences were positive experiences, where only 3 out of the families allowed the children to make their choice in their cereal choices. My second observation occurred at the Child Development Center, the Bluegrass. The classroom was set up for following the Eckers, and the curriculum they followed matched up with many of the Kentucky early childhood standards. The AEPS assessment tool is the tool that I am familiar with and observed the children mastering some of these assessment goals. In the block center, I observed a toddler stacking 7 blocks high and aligning some people on his castle. This child mastered the goal of aligning and stacking. Another child used great communication skills while playing in the block center. She was stating that he puts fires out, she is reading a book, and she needs a block to sit on. On the AEPS, this child met these goals by completing a 3-word sentence. So, once again, I'm very proud of that child. The Kentucky Early Childhood Standard observed in the Fine Motor Center was demonstrated motor skills in a daily activity, and the benchmark 1.3 exhibits eye-hand coordination was met by a lot of the children that I observed. The first child I observed doing a potato head, manipulating the pieces into the slots, and another child worked 10 minutes or longer doing an ABC nesting blocks by stacking them inside of each other from biggest to littlest. She used trial and error but succeeded in her endeavors. And the art center was set up for the children to learn great motor skills. I observed a child using a pencil, using the correct hand grip. They were able to draw horizontal, vertical, and circles. This is also a goal on the AEPS, the assessment tool that I use. I also observed children using scissors in the art center. Some of them needed assistance from the teachers, so they hadn't actually mastered that skill yet, but others were doing a fine job using their hand-eye coordination, holding the paper with one hand and using the scissors to cut around the perimeter of the paper. The standard I observed in the library center was demonstrate interest and engages in early literacy activities. The children were reading independently, asking questions about their books, and making comments about the pictures in the books. These children were compassionate about the stories. They could tell through the pictures if a child was sad. They made comments and were really understanding what the storyline was. The last assignment, I used an interview process. And during that process, I interviewed some preschool teachers. And the preschool teachers I interviewed used observation and records to plan for differentiated instruction in their classroom. They planned their lesson plans based on the child's development and growth. Some tools they used were checklists as well as anecdotal notes for their observation and to organize their lesson plans. The teachers all said that they use the Ages and Stages questionnaire to send home to the families, so the parents can fill out this questionnaire. The teachers then get the questionnaire back from the parents and score the questionnaire. These questions are based on the developmental age of the children, and it helps to see if they have mastered a skill or if they are needing to get some developmental intervention, such as therapy evaluations. The curriculum both of the teachers used that I interviewed followed the AEPS. This gives them activities to incorporate into their lesson plans and to help assess the children developmentally. The data collected from the AEPS is relayed to the parents by showing their strengths and their needs for improvement. These reports were easily interpreted to the families and is family friendly. So these preschool teachers like the use of the AEPS and their reports that they generate. The primary teacher that I interviewed basically goes along the lines of a rubrics and follows those guidelines when she is teaching her class and assessing what they have learned. I really have gone through the family collaboration in my key card and showed that we work with the families through the assessment process and through collaboration with them during interviews and with the parent-teacher conferences, and the teachers have all matched their curriculum to the assessment practices, which are in our key cards. Thank you, and have a great night.